Greetings. Yes, that's right. Believe it or not, I finally got a haircut. It's Friday, October 2nd right now. Jeez. Gotta clear up these zits. Yeah. I'll just move out of the way so that sunlight there doesn't burn into your screen. Here. There we go. It shouldn't be quite as bad. Just that big patch of sunlight over on this side of the screen was burning into my TV screen, so I thought maybe it might have been burning into yours as well. And you don't want that to happen now, do you? Just have a glass of Coke this time instead of a whole bottle. I must say I feel a lot better having this haircut. It's much less weight on my head. So what have I been up to the past little while? Well, all this week, I got my haircut on Monday, the 28th of September. Also on Monday, I made my very first demo disc. That's right, I made a demo. Earlier I was telling you about how in the manual for DeluxePaint IV they tell you how to make your own demo discs, an auto-booting slideshow kind of thing. Well, I've made a few. I did two, which were just pictures of myself that I digitized some time ago. I just put them all onto a disc. I used the ham mode, full screen, low resolution, interlaced, which is the highest resolution you can get. 320 by 400 lines on the screen. Pretty good, very sharp. The second one I did was all black and white, full screen, high resolution. I was able to fit 8 pictures on that disc, on the black and white disc, and 7 pictures on the ham disc. No titles. And I also used a music player utility I have to play music in the background. I like to have a song playing in the background while the slides were going, so that was quite nice. And I think I finally know enough to be able to make demos, no sweat now. Animation, still pictures, whatever you want. I can do it. So anyway, I figure what I was going to do was just show them to you on the tape. But I figure what I'll do now is I'll just, since you have an Amiga to play with at your uncle's work, I thought I would just send you discs of them. I don't know. Well, to keep it simple, I think maybe I'll just put it on the tape. If you want discs of them, though, so you can see like original quality resolution and so forth, instead of the degradation you get when you put it on a tape, and it's okay to run them on your uncle's Amiga, then let me know and I'll send you disc copies. But for the time being, I'll just show them to you on the tape. I was supposed to get a ride to work today. What time is it? It's 1:36 p.m. right now. I should be at work. My dad's not available today. He's, I don't know, in meetings or something, and wasn't able to take me to work today. So he had arranged for Rod to pick me up. So Rod called me at 20 after 7 this morning and said he'd be here at 10 to 8. I'm used to my dad picking me up at 8:30, but I figured, okay, fine, whatever. So I was ready. I saw Rod pull up in front, right, about 7:55. I quickly gathered my stuff together. I threw my shoes on, picked up my bag of tapes, just took a quick look around, make sure I had everything, grabbed my jacket, went out the door, and he was gone. He had waited all of, I don't know, about a minute and a half, and then he took off. 2 minutes max. No, it couldn't have been longer than that. I ran out there to get to the truck and then looked around and he was nowhere in sight. Couldn't believe it. He went and took off without me, so I was abandoned here at work, or here at home. Which pissed me off, actually, because I'm working on several demos at work. I'm putting one together for the company, for Interlake Cable, which is basically displaying all the pay TV logos and the company logo. Just looking at the TV over there, as usual. Can never keep my eyes focused on one point. Always have to look everywhere. Anyway, so I'm doing an Interlake logo, which is going to have the pay TV logos and the company logo, as well as some nicely digitized pictures of like video equipment and stuff. And maybe some pictures from some of the shows we show. So it should be pretty nice. It's coming along nice so far. I'll let you have a look at that when it's done. Another thing I'm doing is a multi-disc adaptation of The Terror of Red Rock Lake. I'm taking the original tapes, so I get first generation dubs that I'll be digitizing pictures off of. I'm basically making a video slideshow, or a computer slideshow of that movie. And it's turning out quite nice. I like it. I'm about halfway through the second disc right now. I've been getting a little creative with the disk space conservation. The system software you have to put on a disk to make it bootable and runnable, like solely exclusive of anything, takes up about 20% of the disk. So the system software itself takes up about 20% of the floppy disk. I'm referring, of course, to these kinds of discs. Okay? One of these discs can hold 880K, I found out. 880K total. 10% of that goes towards the system software, which makes the disk bootable and runnable. Did I say 10? 20% goes towards the system software, and that leaves you 80% to play around with. So, using 40% of the disk, this was getting rather creative with how exactly I was doing this. This is for the Red Rock Lake thing. This is for disc 2 of Red Rock Lake. I managed to cram 21 pictures on 40% of the disk. As you may recall earlier, I mentioned that with the full screen, high resolution, black and white, I could only fit 8 pictures on an entire disc. Okay, that's a full 80%. Basically, each picture took up 10%. But here, each picture is taking up about 2%. Not bad, eh? So, suffice to say, part 2 is considerably longer than part 1. Well, part 1 has a lot of ham pictures. Basically, the way it works is the more colors you're trying to display on the screen, the more disk space it eats up. So I'm doing not full screen pictures, but quarter screen pictures, basically more or less centered or creatively positioned on the screen with accompanying captions or whatever. Black and white, low resolution, non-interlaced. Those kinds of pictures take up all of 2% of the disk. That's it. So it's coming along quite nice. I'm very, very happy, very pleased with the way it's going. I'm having 2 color title screens. I'm keeping the number of colors down as much as I can for things. Basically, the only parts that are in color are parts involving the killer, so that you get all the blood and everything all nice and glorious color, you know. So it's coming along nice, and I'll let you have a look at that when it's done. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's up next. For the longest time, I've been losing all 3 parts of this video letter. They've sort of been scattered around my videos, you know. Matter of fact, one of the footage tapes of this, where I have the original, you know, stuff on, that I edited onto your tapes, I left one of those in my dad's car last weekend. And you may have noticed that part where I was talking, or I started off typing out Shadowhawk. You may have noticed a fair number of dropouts on that. Well, don't worry, that's on my tape, not yours, okay? You just have a copy of it. But your tape has nothing wrong with it or anything, that's my fault. I presume that's because it was left in my dad's car and was subjected to extreme temperatures, which is a shame. So anyway, that was why there was dropouts there. Anyway, I have all 3 parts now. One of them's in the VCR and the other 2 are in my hand here. Part 1, part 2 goes in here, and part 3. It's different tapes. Two are Scotch, one's Konica, because I ran out of Scotch tapes. But I've been going through the office's used tapes and picking out. Whoops. Anyway, I've been going through the office's used 8mm tape stock, and I've been digging out stuff I can tape over. So no shortage of tapes yet, so it should be okay. I'll see what I can dig up. I'll show you something nice that I think you'll like. I don't know what it is right yet, but trust me, you'll enjoy it. So I'll just fade out to off-white, gray, whatever, and talk to you later. Enjoy whatever's next. Bye.